Hello everybody, my name is David LePage. I'm the Artistic Director and leader of Orchestra of the Swan. I've been leader of the orchestra now for about 20 years, which I can't quite believe. And I've been Artistic Director for almost 3 years now. During those 3 years, a lot has happened to the orchestra. There have been some fairly major changes, but nothing compared to the situation which we currently find ourselves in. The idea behind these videos is to give you a little insight into what our core players are up to during lockdown. So they'll be playing you a little tune on their instruments, they'll be talking about their everyday lives at home in isolation, and they'll be describing how tricky it is not to have any work for the foreseeable future. I'm very lucky. I'm here in lockdown with my family, my wife Kath, who is also a violinist and a member of Orchestra of the Swan, with my 2 children, Clara, who is 11, and Jacob, who is 9, and our dog Leah, who is 3. I think in dog years that's probably about mid-20s. We are home educating the children, which has its ups and downs, and we've become very admiring of the schools which have been looking after them for several years. But generally we're having a good time. We're getting to spend loads of time together, which we don't always manage to do. I'm very delighted not to be having to leap in the car every 5 minutes and drive for hundreds of miles. So that is a blessing too. I'm also getting some sleep. I have moments of darkness, but I've discovered during this time that I'm generally a very optimistic person. I've limited myself to a bulletin of news every couple of days on the radio. I find sometimes delving into the rabbit hole of the internet can sometimes lead you to some very dark places, as I'm sure you've all found. We're still working very hard behind the scenes at Orchestra of the Swan. There are 2 things that we're concerned about. We're concerned about looking after the players and making sure that financially they get through this period. And also we're concerned that there's something for them to go back to at the end of this. When this is all over, the orchestra needs to be in good shape so that we can carry on being the successful organisation that we have been until this point. I think most of all, we as performers miss performing. It's a very strange thing not to be able to do that, to have this huge hole in our lives. And we're really looking forward to that moment when we can play to you again. There is light at the end of the tunnel. We will get through this. It will end. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we're resilient and we are hugely looking forward to playing to you again. I think that first performance that we do after this is all over is going to be really overwhelming and emotional, but we're really looking forward to that. See you then.
Welcome to my living room, everybody. My prison, I should say. My name's Chris. I am co-principal cello at the Orchestra of the Swan. And we are living through quite a strange time, are we not? Just wanting to tell you a little bit about what's happening for me, which is unsurprisingly much like what's happening for all of us musicians. A strange hiatus in our working lives. I've had literally everything cancelled, but feeling in good spirits. It helps that the sun's been shining and the blossom's out. My 2 teenage daughters are busy working or playing away upstairs, I'm not sure which, chatting to friends, doing their homework, practicing their instruments. They're both musicians as well, and it's nice to be around them more. I've been spending my time getting better at cooking. I made a rather delicious fish curry last night. Reading more books than usual. Not always in good spirits, but overall feeling fine about things and positive about how things may be in the future. Anyway, wishing you all well, stay healthy, and really looking forward to seeing you all again at a concert somewhere very soon, I hope.
Hello, I'm Victoria Brawn from Orchestra of the Swan. I'm currently sitting in my kitchen. I'm unable to perform in the theatres and concert halls that we normally perform in due to COVID-19, which is an incredibly unforeseen circumstance for all of us musicians. I'm going to make the most of my time though, however. We're enjoying the sunshine, I'm enjoying family life and spending time with my dog. My husband is still working, so we have to make the best of this, and I'm going to play for you now a movement from Telemann Fantasy number 3. Thank you for the support of the Orchestra of the Swan. We look forward to seeing you in the new season.
That was an extract from a toccata by Bach, written just over 300 years ago, and I'm playing it on a wonderful harpsichord, which is now just over 250 years old. No doubt the harpsichord has seen many more of life's vicissitudes, wars and plagues, than I have, but it's a wonderful, wonderful instrument, and I'm very glad to have the opportunity of learning new pieces, developing my techniques, and developing my techniques for sharing it with audiences when this crisis subsides. Of course, music only exists in sound, and musicians need the printed notation, of course, but it only exists when we're performing it to real people like you. And of course, for musicians, when all our work is now cancelled, it's a matter of frustration, really. And the biblical phrase, "Give us this day our daily bread," has a horrible resonance for those who have families to feed and mortgages to pay. But this time has given me a chance to learn new pieces and develop my skills as a harpsichordist and an organist, and also as a writer. So there are silver linings, but what we are frustrated about is the fact that we can't share it with anybody. And we hope to goodness that when this crisis subsides, we'll have a chance to share our music with you once again, and to make the music come alive in the way we all look forward to.